Look, you saw some of that emotion as he left the courthouse. That is what was happening inside the courtroom as well. Tears and cheers going up as the judge decided to vacate the life sentence against Adnan Syed. He was in that courtroom, the hearing lasting about 2 hours with a 30-minute recess in between. This was a time where the prosecutors were able to lay out the evidence they had presented in their motion, evidence that was gleaned from a year-long reinvestigation into the case that really did focus on this newly developed information about two alternative suspects and also a failure of the state, as told by the prosecutors, to share some of that existing information about two alternative suspects with the defense at the time of the trial. That argument seemingly enough to sway the judge to vacate the sentence. During the hearing, we also did hear from Hae Min Lee's family, her brother, zooming in to speak on behalf of the family, reminding those in the courtroom that for him, this is not a podcast, this is real life. While we did hear from prosecutors as soon as the decision to vacate the sentence was handed down, we did also hear from an attorney representing the Lee family who had this to say. This family is interested in the pursuit of justice. They want to know more than anybody who it was that killed Hae Min Lee. Jake?
So the prosecutors are waiting to decide whether they will drop the charges until they get the results from the DNA test. What do we know about that?
Right, so they are making it very clear that this is not a declaration of their belief in his innocence. They say that this is an opportunity to move forward with the investigation. They want to ensure that justice is being served, that there is adequate representation for Adnan Syed should there be a future trial. They say that a decision to go to trial will now hinge on pending DNA results. They're doing touch testing for DNA. This is a type of testing that was not available at the time that Syed was convicted, so they're trying to expedite the results there, see what they can glean from those results before deciding whether to go to the new trial or dismiss charges altogether.
We saw Adnan Syed leaving the courtroom today, I think wearing an ankle monitor. What's next for him?
Yeah, he will be under electronic home surveillance while the investigation continues and until there is a decision on whether or not to dismiss charges or proceed with the new trial. But really, you can't underestimate or underplay the enormity of this decision. Look, the defense has worked for more than 2 decades to try to appeal this conviction. Adnan Syed has, for years and years, maintained his innocence in the murder of his ex-girlfriend. This is a day that came, we have to remind ourselves, not just because of the defense's efforts to clear him or exonerate him. It is something that came because the prosecution was part of the reinvestigation and brought forward this motion to vacate these charges. Really a stunning development.